Hello, everyone. Look how many of you are here already. It's time. Hello, Justin. Thanks for that prop early on, you sweet angel. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday? It's not Tuesday, it's Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's your host, Tay. There's a lot of new faces here today. Hey, Zach. Hey, Dresden. Hey, Anything. Hey, Nikki. A lot of new faces here today because it's kind of a special night tonight, you guys. Usually, pre-COVID times, I would host paint nights in my apartment building. You can't hear me. Somebody help her in the comments with the girl who can't hear me because she obviously can't hear me telling her right now. Oh, Sinead, hello. Okay, yes, here. Sorry, my ADD's clicking. Usually, I would host paint nights in the building for all the residents that live here with me as well. But of course, right now, COVID times, I can't do that. So we have invited everyone in the building. So we might have some whole estaters here. My volume's not off. Other people can hear me. Refresh, maybe. So there might be some new folks who haven't done this before at home. Hey, Hull Estates people. I live here too. I'm in the master suite of my apartment at the moment, which is pretty cool. Where I host these paint nights. I've actually been doing these this whole time. I have them, all the recordings on my YouTube as well, which is Taytayski all across the board. Instagram, YouTube, Caffeine, Etsy. You'll find me. That's weird that it's not working for her. That's tough. If it's working for other people, I'm not really sure. Hello from down the hall! Oh my gosh, guys, I love that. I love that there's a bunch of of Hull Estates people in here. We're so close, but so far. I love that. Okay, if someone can help Anna in the comments, that's hard for me because she can't hear me, so I'm not really helping. But to you new folks, welcome. If you came to a paint night before, Eastsiders, heyo. If you've been to a paint night before, it's the same. I'm gonna take you step by step, easy peasy. I teach it bare bones, the easiest way you can decide if you are a more skilled painter, if you want to pick it up or bring up the details a little bit more, totally up to you. I break it down in shape. I teach you with a paintbrush, but some people like to start with a pencil. That is completely up to you. Some people are more comfortable with that. Zax is also right. I hope Fats is live right now. There's another streamer who streams my stream, and he does it on MS Paint. So some people do it digitally. That's cool too. I just want anybody at home to just do something fun and creative to get your mind off whatever's happening. And my main rule, as many of you regulars know, is to trust the process, okay? Your picture's gonna look weird. Your mousse is gonna look, this is what our mousse is gonna look like halfway through. And you're gonna be like, what is that? Right? Like, what is that? But it's a mousse, and I promise you, look, if I bring it up close to our reference photo down there, can you kind of see where those shapes are coming from? Because I always try to teach you guys basics that you can bring and draw something yourself if you want later, right? So trust the process, step number 1. Ask questions, step number 2. Because yes, as Cinderella is saying, this will totally be on YouTube after. So some people watch it later and don't have the opportunity to ask questions live that they might have, that you might be having. So asking questions helps. I'm not a teacher, so sometimes I teach stuff weird. You can be like, Taylor, figure it out. You don't make any sense, okay? And I won't be offended. I just want everyone to have a good time. Svengali's excited. Who's Deanne just finished drawing Wally. You better send me a picture of your Wally. I love that. For all you guys watching, I have on my YouTube channel a step-by-step on how to draw Wally with pencil. All right. All right. All right. I did want to share your art. I'll share it when I bring up my other one, Justin. When we bring up everyone else's, I'll share yours as well. Okay, so I'm not drinking wine today. Some of you guys might be drinking wine. That's cool. I'm coffee. I just woke up 2 hours ago. I'm on heavy night shifts. Okay? Let's have fun, you guys. Let's paint a moose. It isn't the Pula cup, but it's a Romanian cup. Mint tea over there. See? Perfect. Perfect. And for those of you who are watching and can't comment, if you don't have a account on Caffeine, you can't comment. It's easy, free, go for it if you want to now. Oh no, I ruined a paintbrush. Okay. We're starting with a little baby brush, the smallest brush you got. I always just tell people have a variety of brushes. It doesn't have to be this small. It's okay. If you're starting with pencil, start with pencil. That's cool too. We are gonna get out your browns. If you don't have brown, usually mixing like all the primary colors together, red, blue, and yellow, you can get a brown. You can mix a little bit of black into orange if you want. But if you have right out of the tube brown, that's usually the easiest. Mine's a little orangey, but that's okay. I'm a firm believer of not taking out all my paints right at the start. I like to only take them out as I need them and only small amounts so that you don't waste them, right? And so they don't dry up. We're using acrylic. It dries fast. It's not oil. Let me start my time lapse up here and let's get going. Time lapse, where you at? All right. How dark of a brown should it be? Totally up to you. Again, it's not, you don't have to do it exactly as I'm doing. We're gonna be adding a lot of water to this brown right now to just do a very light outline, just to try to lay out shapes. So this is gonna be fully painted over. Oh my gosh, Zach's coming in with all the props. Fire the alarm. Thank you. What a way to start the show. Okay, you guys. You got, I think, my bottom thing. Let me try this one more time. She's frozen. Frozen, story of my life. Well, okay. We've got our little brush. We've got our water. We've got our brown paint on our palette in front of us. So we're just going to start by scooping, literally scooping with your paintbrush, scooping water onto your brown, which you guys can't see. Here, let me, if I bring this up a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. So you make kind of a pile of water beside your brown. It can be dark brown. It's literally whatever color you want your mousse to be. Someone might be even painting their mousse like pink. You can paint your mousse blue. Whatever you want. Okay. So see how I've scooped a bunch of water and I took a little tiny bit of brown and I'm making, like, conveniently, since it's brown paint, a chocolate milky consistency, okay? So you want more water than paint. You're just doing this so that it's a nice, light, easy flow to map out some shapes on your canvas. Unless you're using a pencil, okay? So take a breath, take a look at your whole canvas and acknowledge the whole space and kind of try to imagine where you want this mousse to go. Because it's very common for people to just use a very tiny, tiny part of their canvas and not utilize the whole space, okay? So we're going to start by just doing a circle, which is going to be his head, all right? If I put this post-it right here, if you go, oh, can you guys see that? We're just going to do this circle right here, right in the middle of our canvas. Remember that we're going to want some antlers. We're going to want a long snout, so just don't forget that as you are laying down your circle. And let's just put a circle right here. And see how it's like rough. It's really watered down. You can go around as many times as you need to make the circle what you'd want it to look like. It's borderline impossible to paint a circle perfect. So you can go around a couple times until you get the shape that you want. Remember that we're painting over this. It's okay if it's messy. Who cares? Don't stress out. That's the most important part. All right, are we happy with that? We got a circle down. Now we're gonna come over here a little bit to the snout of the mousse. Okay, if you can see this little circle up here. Let's put a smaller circle right here. Again, my paint is really watered down, like a chocolate milky consistency. It's going on really light. It's going to dry really light. It's even okay if yours is lighter than mine, because I have to make mine a little darker so that you guys can see. Let's see. getting some text from people that their broadcast isn't working. Is it lagging for you guys, or is everything okay on the end that people can see? Is Anna, can she hear? I'm stressed. Okay, we have got our 2 little circles. Good so far. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. A-okay for you, too. Okay, great, Dan. Great. Okay, we've got 2 circles. Easy. We ain't stressed, right? Now we're just gonna do an egg. Just a little ovaled egg. We're gonna start at the top of the circle that we have already drew. And let's just draw an egg shape here. Whoop, whoop. Again, don't worry if it's messy. Don't worry if it takes you, like, if you have to go a lot slower to make it. That's very normal. Yeah, you do, Zax. You do need to actually paint one day. You can do it digitally, you can draw it, whatever. They're so much fun. Okay, I know it doesn't look like a moose or anything, but you guys, he's coming along, I promise. Okay. Now we're gonna draw that big hump on its back. Is Fats painting it right now? Is he doing it live? I haven't heard from him, so I wasn't sure. Okay, and then at the bottom of the egg that we've just made, we're gonna do another egg. Okay? We've just got another egg. Yep. Fats is not. He has some home renovations going on, so no stream. That's okay. I don't get why this is doing. Let's try it. There we go. That's okay. We've got a good chunk of people in here today. I'm excited to see all the moves as we go. Okay, so we've got an egg. We've got an egg. We've got 2 circles. The bottom was frozen again. Yeah, I don't really know why, but what can you do? It looks like it's back now. Maybe not. Who made that? I know. I think it's my computer. I don't think it's you. Okay, so we've got this weird thing coming along on the canvas, hey? Are we trusting the process? Are we having a good time? And from this hump, we're just going to draw a line down. And believe it or not, that is our moose's body. Okay. Okay. Does the pinky help? Okay. Yeah, I think so. I can't not, you guys. The pinky, I actually use, if you guys can see from the side, I use my pinky to, like, hold my hand, like, the base of my hand away from my canvas a lot. And it does just make me feel classy. Pinky's up, important. Okay. So we've got the head, the neck. Let's add that circle together. And let's just dip the line. Sometimes it helps if you go above the circle. Let's dip that line down and match it up to the circle at the bottom. Right? It's coming together. This moose was heavily, heavily, heavily requested. I can't even explain to you how many people have asked for us to paint a moose. No idea how this will be a moose, but I'm intrigued. Does a couple more shapes help a little bit? Just trying to teach you guys how to see, you know? Like I said last stream, my boyfriend's not an artistic mind at all. And when he, like, asked, how do you draw? I'm like, just, like, look at it and you see the shapes. What do you mean? And when he was like, I don't see that. I was like, oh, not everybody sees like me. Dresden, you brought fail waffle over. Sweet angels. I love that. Okay, yeah, hashtag trust the process, 100%. All right, now let's just bring this line straight from the bottom of this circle because that's kind of where his chin would be. You can just bring it over. Boop. Look at that, already a little more moosey, moose-esque, moosky. All right, so we have the snout, the schnoz, and to really make him look a little bit more moosey, let's give him that beard, right? Oh, I should probably look at the picture closer, what I'm looking at here. Here we go. Gonna make a himbo moose. It's a himbo moose. Okay, let's get that beard in there. Let's put a beard. Neat. Just a triangle. Oh, Dresden, you sweet, sweet angel. Pumping my tires every stream. Okay. We've got that triangle beard in there. Right? And then we're just gonna come halfway up that triangle beard. And we're just gonna bring that line down because his neck was actually way thicker than our oval, but... Okay. Is it a little scary? All right. All right, okay. Now let's come on up to some of the cuter features up here. I'm still using this watered down consistency paint. Some of you might still be using a pencil. You do you. Okay. So we're gonna come up to the top of our circle here and we're gonna draw an ear. You can either just draw a line. It's probably the best to just draw a line straight up. Yours looks like a big dog. Hey, moose kind of are big dogs, aren't they? Don't worry, we're gonna like lengthen out this snout a little bit, bring up this bumpy a little bit. Don't worry, you guys. It's all in the journey. No mistakes, right? Okay, and from that top point of that ear, let's just bring it down. Whoop. Realistically, his ear can come all the way down if you want. Oh, that's really watery and that's gonna drip. Here's that ear there. And the other ear is literally the same, but just a little shorter because it is back in space. So you can go back with a line. And just a little guy down. Still looks kind of like a dog, hey? Looks like a weird horse. You guys, thanks for sharing the broadcast. Man, I keep forgetting to share. I should share the broadcast too, hey? How are we feeling, you guys? Let me know if you need me to slow down or if we're ready to paint some quick antlers on there. Oops. This is my favorite song. Paint night is better with friends. Or are we supposed to be doing this with you? Well, Fail, you don't have to do it with me, but there are a lot of people at home that are doing it with me. It's nice to have people who aren't painting along as well, too, to keep the conversation going, because I'll just be an awkward, quiet gal up here if nobody starts it. Okay. Perfect. You're, like, great at keeping convo going. You good at small talk? Sometimes I am, sometimes I am not. All right. Let's get that antler going. My Siri's listening to me. You're hired. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's okay, Siri. All right, are we ready to lightly map in some antlers? Very lightly. We're not going to do all of them, no. But we're going to start. See where the ear is? We're going to come down, what's that, like half an inch, a thumb's worth. And you're just going to draw a line almost straight out and just come up a tiny little bit. A little bit of an upward incline. I guess an incline does mean upward, right? I guess I just didn't need to double that up there. And let's go on this side, and we're gonna come where, like, right above the ear. Oops. Fail Waffle grabs the microphone. What made you choose a moose today? Well, that's a great question. I let you guys decide. I let the followers decide what you guys want to paint. I actually have a list of things that people have suggested many times. And then on my Instagram, people DM me pictures, or sometimes I'll just see something that inspires me that I think people will like. So it is pretty random, but you guys get to say if you want. A lot of people requested a moose. Okay, and then I have a lot of American followers too, and this just like is so Canadian of me, they're saying. I wore a toque the other day and they freaked out. Because it's a beanie apparently to you guys. Okay, so we're gonna go right under that ear. And let's pull that line all the way up. Whoop. Oops. I am from Calgary. I always want to say Calgary, Alberta, but for people who aren't Canadian, that doesn't really mean anything. Calgary, Canada. Yeah. Thanks for the free advertising down there, Dresden. 100%. Check out my Instagram. Check out my YouTube. Most of my YouTube is these. Like, I'll just, when we're done this, I'm going to just pop it onto YouTube for anybody else who couldn't make it to the live. For all you guys at Hull Estates, there's like 30 paint nights already on my YouTube if you guys want to go do those at any time. Okay, we've got that upward line. We've got that upward line. Easy, right? From this line where we started, he actually has another horn that comes straight up and over the ear as well. The real question is, have you painted a squirrel? Literally, like 3 weeks ago, we painted a squirrel. Let me see if I have my YouTube here. Literally, and it is a picture of my aunt is a photographer. Unfortunately, this moose isn't her photo. Do you see that step-by-step paint a squirrel and hang out with Taytayski? Waboom! Have you painted Existential Doom? I've painted South Park Satan. So that's pretty close. We draw. Why can't I speak? We've drawn him. If you go to my YouTube, there's a draw step-by-step of how to draw South Park Satan. So, hey, we've got it all, you guys. We've got it all. Here, painter for the people. I tell you what. Okay, I drewed him. Yeah. Okay, and from here, we're gonna go a little bit up. We're gonna start drawing that fanned horn. So we're gonna fan it out. Just a quick old fan. Whoop. There we go. And over here, we can just bring that horn on down. No, the distraction is welcomed. It's on theme, so we're good. Sometimes the conversation goes very off theme, so we're in a good place for now. It looks like he just has like a helicopter coming out of his head at the moment, but once we get some shapes and some value in there, he'll be good. So we brought on that bottom horn, and we gotta fan that baby out too. So you can come up about, what, a third of the way of your horn. And let's bring it out again. I know it's crazy. But yeah, just like Justin said, a lot of people just come to hang out. You can hang out with like 40 other people if you want. That's pretty cool. And then the people watching YouTube, I get mixed reviews. Some people like it because then it feels like you're just like hanging out with a bunch of people. Some people are like, shut up, Taylor. Just teach me how to paint. Okay. We've got that going. And from this fan, let's bring it out again. Preemptive cutie strike. Whoop. We'll see. He's more like regal of a moose, hey? Is he cutie? I don't know. Well, then they should just come to the live. You're right, Svengali. You are right. Look, all you new people, we've got God's Girl, Tender Bear. It's Thursday. Hell yeah, it is. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to swear. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get better at the swearing on live. Okay. I have truthfully been painting my whole life. I have like since I was about 2 or 3. But it's been my full-time job for about 6 and a bit years now. Alright, you guys, this part, to me, I think it's fun. Some people might be stressed. You can watch me do it first. We're gonna bring him down. And to do this fun little fan part, we make a layout. Okay, good. I'm glad you made it. And we're just gonna make, like, this is how you make crowns. Some of you might want to make like a point as to reference where you are gonna bring that horn up. But from the top here, you're gonna go a U. Whoop. Easy. And then another U. Whoop. And again, remember, we're in this rough stage where, like, if you don't like the angles, you can fix them up a little bit. We're going to be painting right over top of all this, right? You just finished a new sketch and your hands are exhausted. I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. My right arm is the only strong part of my body. It's the only thing I use all day, every day. Okay, you guys, this is more moose-esque, is it not? Oh, we've got Stacy and Adam sneaking in there too. Adam says it looks done. Would you look at that? You guys, should we just call it? It's been 20 minutes. Done. We're going back to this horn over here. And, like, you can easily, remember, if you want to make it thicker, you don't have to do that, but, like, if you want, you can make that thicker. Who cares about this line? We're going to paint over it. And we'll do what we did on the other one. We'll bring this first horn down, bring the line up, make a little point wherever you want your middle horn to go. And let's make those U's. Yep. Yep. How's that? I know it's confusing. There's lots of lines in here and things are going crazy. But we've basically got our moose mapped out. Sound effects required 100%, as Dresden stated. I'd make sound effects when I paint by myself too. So when you're in the studio for hours and hours at a time, you want to make it fun. How are we feeling? Are we ready to just make a couple more bumpies and then paint in a background? I think we are. So we've got that beard, right? We've got this lump, this bump that we've made for the nose. You'll be right back? Perfect. And send in whenever on there. God's Girl, send me whatever on my Instagram. So we're gonna come around this bump, this ball that we've made at the end of his face. But we're gonna bring the line out a touch. You see that? We're making that snout, that schnoz. So we've brought this line down a little bit. And we're gonna imagine that this is his mouth line, right? So we're just gonna come down and out a little bit too on that one. And just bring it across. See how that's already a little bit more of a moose-shaped nose? And then under that little schnoz, he's got his lips, which is just following that shape. Boop, right underneath. Oh, I want to pet the little guy. Oh, so you think, look, I love when you guys love your paintings. I can't wait to see all of yours. Does that same car drive by at the same time every day? So, Dresden, I live, like, right downtown Calgary, like, right in the Beltline, and the window that I actually have open right now is, like, 12th Avenue, which is a very, very busy road. You're gonna hear that every day. And like I said, there was like a tornado warning, there was a huge hailstorm, and I just slept right through it, you guys. I didn't even know. My windows were open. I don't even know what it would have looked like in here. It was crazy. And Fail Waffle's just eating dinner. Nice. I always save dinner for after my streams. Okay. You guys, we have a moose. Yeah, tired's an understatement. I'm in the middle of a crazy deadline for a project, and I'm like in the studio for like almost 20 hours a day. And then I go to bed at like 11 p.m., wake up at 11 a.m., wake up at 6 p.m. and start it all over again. Okay. We've got a moose, and for people who usually come, and we're done. Just kidding. For people who usually come to my paint nights, you are used to me painting the backgrounds last. But in this case, again, like we did in the tiger, we are actually going to fill in the background. But to do that, we're going to have to wait for this all to dry a little bit. So I don't know if you can see in mine. Can you see that there's like still some like beads of water in here? I'm going to let that dry a touch. Zax is out of here. You got to go to work in 6 hours. Crazy. Thanks for stopping by for a little bit. Always nice to see ya. Gauze Girl's back. Perfect. Did you send me a picture of what you're drawing? Okay, and at this point, if you want, some people like to send me in their process photos, like my little thing says at the bottom. If you're on Instagram, you can send me a little snapshot of your drawing if you want, painting, whatever. And I can show it to the class. Sometimes it helps for people to see where everyone else is as well. The best part is that they all look so different at the end. I feel like mine looks more like a caribou. Ah, Bailey. That's okay. Maybe we'll just maybe that's all we'll have to do is beef up that little bump a little bit more. Maybe give him a little more beard. We'll figure it out as we start laying some color down. This was all just to figure out a bunch of stuff first. Oh my god, I hear you doing paint night sometimes while waiting for the elevator. So you're literally you're on my floor? That is so funny. Okay, then yeah, you totally for sure hear me. That's so funny. Kenzie, hey, that's fair. Now you know where I am. Now you finally know. There you go. That is hilarious. Every Thursday, you guys, this is where we're at. And then in the middle of the night, all night, I'm painting in here. Sorry, upstairs or downstairs neighbor. If there's anybody, I'm not going to say what my unit is, but if there's somebody on the underneath floor of me, and their upstairs neighbor's up all the time at night, it's probably me. You sent me a sketch, cool. I will go to it when I come to everybody else's pictures. Thanks for sending it. But I'm going to green next, you guys. We are just going to do kind of like an abstracted greenish background to just kind of imply that there's trees back there. And then in the foreground, we're going to draw a couple big, strong trees to make it look like he's in the forest. So we're just going to take out some green and we're going to take out some white. But again, it's okay if yours isn't dry yet. We can kind of stall a touch before we get in there. But if some of you are done, get out your green and your white. You finally know what I'm up to. That is so funny. Yeah, I should have posted it a long time ago to the building that this is what was happening. We had that COVID Facebook group page for our building, and I did post it on there, but I realized that not everybody's on there. Okay. How are we doing, guys? Are our moosies? Do we need it to dry a little more? Do we have any questions at this point? How's it hanging? I got some people sent in some moose. Oh, one thing that I have to tell a couple of you, make sure when you send me your pictures on Instagram, there's a option at the bottom. When you take your photo, there's 3 slots. It's keep in chat, disappear for 5 seconds or something. You need to keep in chat for me to be able to show it on here. Okay, here. Oh, I'm not even showing you guys. Would y'all look at that? Oops, I didn't mean to click it. I didn't mean to click it. Go back, go back, go back. Circle back, circle back. Now my computer's just frozen. We'll just give it a time. Oh, there's the Wally. Oh, they're doing Wally right now. And they even did Eevee. Okay, my my computer. Remember how we talked about how technology hates me and I hate it? Here we are. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Also beautiful. They all look perfect. Perfect. Who else do we have on here? Those are the other ones, yeah. Oh, that's... Oh, you got the beer ready? I'll hide that. Oh, my phone... No, it's my computer time is an hour off. Okay, well, see, so this is just an example. See how it says disappearing message, you guys? If you don't send it in keep in message, or it will disappear and I can't show you on my computer for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, that's you. Okay. Send it to me with keep in message. And let's paint some backgrounds, folks. Yeah, you got that. Literally, Paint Night is the best. When we get all of them sent in and we see everybody's, it's so great. No big deal. Okay. I'm gonna get a big brush out. You can get a big, like, pointed brush. You can get, like, a flatter brush. You can get even a huge fatty if you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Maybe I'll use this one. I personally just, like, have to touch the paintbrush to know if it's ready. Okay. So the background's gonna be a little bit more fun, okay? You're gonna be a little more loose. You're not gonna stress too much. We're not gonna have that chocolate milky consistency, okay? We're gonna have paint. Can you guys see me? Yeah, you can. We are going to grab a chunk of white and give her a good mix around. It's totally okay if it's not a perfect mix, because remember, like I said, it's kind of gonna be just an abstracted background at this moment. So again, you can get your paintbrush wet so it's not dry. Adam, if you're here, unless you want to do it dry. You are going to want a little bit of water on your paintbrush, and you're literally just going to slob paint along, you guys. You're going to come up to that line. It's going to be messy. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. You can even go back and forth, like go into your darker green and maybe put some like slobs of dark green in there. And again, it's okay if you go over the lines, because this was just a layout. It was just for us to see where we were going to paint the background and where we were not, okay? So see how I'm literally slobbing, just like Grunch said, slobbing. One of my favorite words. You can dip back through in between your white paint, your green paint. Yeah, the drawing that... Oh, yeah, right, I was going to show you Dresden's too. So Dresden, that's just a piece that they did on their own, and it's beautiful. Don't worry, I'll show theirs too. I always forgot. I said I was going to show a bunch of people's things, and I didn't. Okay, so bring it closer. So see how it is... See how we have different values? There's some light in here. There's some dark... I personally think this is like one of the most fun parts of painting. You're just literally slobbing around. No rhyme or reason. And look, like, oops. If I went inside him like that, whatever. We're going to color brown over top of it, so it really doesn't matter. I like the green too. I like the green too. And the nice thing is that we are going to be doing, like, we're using a brown to paint inside of the moose. So worst comes to worst, like, maybe we're going to want to make his beard a little bit bigger. Maybe we made it too small. Who cares? We can paint right over top of that green. Stacy's right. Green is my favorite color. It really is. I know. So pink, obviously, my hair's not as pink right now, unfortunately. Pink is my favorite color. Green is my favorite. Green isn't my favorite color when it comes to painting because there's so many different types of green and it's so hard to get the green that you want. It drives me mental. But I like wearing green. I like green like furniture, clothes, rooms. And then pink is just like who I am as a person. I don't know, does that work? Watermelon. Maybe I just like watermelon, pink and green. Here we go. What shade of green? So hard to tell. That's really hard for me. This one's actually called Hooker's Green, which is kind of weird. I don't really know why. But I like this one. What green? Hooker's Green. Wait, where is... There's a couple different Hooker's Greens. But it literally is called... It's literally called Hooker's. Let's see. Come on, you can focus camera. You guys see it? Hooker's Green. I wasn't lying. How's the schlauben going, you guys? Even if you want, like, maybe we want it to be, like, darker in the background. I personally don't paint flush to the edge of canvases. I personally like when you can, like, see the messy brush strokes. But some people don't like that. Like, if you want to be smooth, paint fully to the borders. You do you, boo. Add some water if things aren't pulling properly. Yep. But it should be like a therapeutic part of the painting where you don't have to stress. Because I know painting is stressful for some people. I know you're probably like annoyed at me saying it over and over again, but I know for a fact that there are people stressing and not being comfortable laying down paint strokes, like being really worried to put a paint stroke down. Do it. It wouldn't stress you out. See, that's super fun. They're fun. Just do it. Exactly. Are you guys painting today, Stace? Did I ask you that already? No, that's okay. You wallied. Yes, last time you doubled up on Tuesday. I'll bring it close so you guys can see it a little better. See how it just, like, implies that he's in leaves without, like, painting leaves? Because that's tedious and exhausting. Whoop. It's been too hot all day. Didn't we just have a tornado? And didn't it hail? Okay. Not in the south. Okay, and as you guys slop along, I am going to teach you guys how to do some splatter because a lot of people love doing splatter. So I'll teach it on the side. Keep slobbing if you're slobbing. But I'm gonna splatter some dark green. So most of this green, right, has been mixed with white. So I'm just gonna go into my pure green with no white into it. And we are going to make a little bit thinner of a chocolate milk consistency. Basically what we were doing before. See how I'm just like scooping water still with my paintbrush into this pile here. Is painting your jam or do you like drawing? So I started as a drawer fully, like sketchbook, doodler, drawer, pencil, my whole life. And I still love it. Obviously you can tell like I'm still very drawing based, but I like painting because I'm lazy. And when you draw, you have to like shade stuff in for a long time. And while I paint, I can literally just do one paint swab and do that whole whatever, right? If that makes sense. So I think I like painting better as a whole, but you can use your drawing techniques and styles in it, right? I'm a very drawing illustrator-based painter because I am a trained illustrator. That's what I went to college for. But painting's fun. Okay, so I've got my chocolate milky consistency down here, maybe even a little bit thinner than that. And I'm just gonna put my paintbrush in it. You can give it tap if you want. And I always say go like a hangs loose distance like this away from your painting. lay down some newspaper if you don't live in a painty studio like I do, because some people have made big messes. And you literally just flick it. Try to flick it a little bit closer to the top of the paintbrush, because if you flick at the bottom, it'll just like flick back in your face. Again, a very messy stage, but a stage that a lot of people like to do. It's just kind of fun to like let the paint flail everywhere. I'll bring it close so you can kind of see it closer. Do you see it in these spots here? It's just kind of a fun, another technique. You've been flicking the metal part this whole time? Yeah, you've probably been getting a lot of paint on you. Okay, I'm glad that you said that, because I guess I've never mentioned what you're actually supposed to flick. Yeah, flick the paintbrush itself. Like, I flick it like right here, roughly. If you can see where I am on the, oh, where's the paintbrush? You can't even see. That's really funny. Or I guess I taught some of you guys sometimes too, like, you can like tap a paintbrush on top of the wet one so you don't get your pants painty, but like, you guys want to get messy. That's the best part. Oh my god, Stace, that's really funny. She's literally been doing my paint nights for like 3 months. Yeah, or we can do, hey, we could do the toothbrush too. Where is my toothbrush? Have I lost it? You can do toothbrush splatter as well. I've just been working on these huge paintings. When you do a toothbrush, you need it to be a little bit watered down more, but you literally shoot it like a shotgun, like ding, 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 ding. Yeah, look at you 3-month-old painters coming to the Taytayski paint nights. I love it. Okay, look, we just had a splatter mess over here. I do have a lot of brushes. This is my full-time job, you guys. I gotta have all the supplies. Oh, you're painting with your... Corbin. I'm excited to see Corbin's painting. I just got your message now. On Bailey. I didn't even acknowledge that it was you, Bailey. You guys. A lot of new friends here. Or like old friends here today. Okay, I got some splatter in my mousse, which doesn't really matter because we're going to paint right over top of it. How's the green, you guys? Are we ready to paint the mousse himself? Or are we waiting for the background? Yes, please, says Tender Bear. Oh, well, don't let me stop you. That is the beauty of acrylics. Exactly, we just paint over. No mistakes, you guys. Just happy accidents. And I'm a prime example of that. My whole style has literally come out of accidents, so that's the best part. Explore with your paintings. Okay. Okay. So we've got brown out. And we're going to need white out as well. Not white out, but white out on your palette, okay? Do we need black right now? Yeah, sure. Let's also get a touch of black on there. Aiden! Our UK friend has made it, which means it must be at almost 4 o'clock in the morning for you, crazy. I think, right? 8:54 means it's 3:54 for you? You're crazy. Let me see. $3.54. Man. How's it going? We're about to paint this move. Well, top of the morning to you. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I love that. Okay. When you use black, you guys, you need the smallest amount of black. It's the most powerful pigment of them all, and it'll take over any color you use ever. I always take out too much, but know in advance you don't need too much. Okay, so just to explain what we are about to be doing here, kind of the process goes pretty quick after this now. I am an artist who works dark to light. So we are going to be coloring this whole mousse in our dark brown color, whatever brown you have, right out of the tube. We will be filling out that whole guy. And then we're going to be slowly adding like a little bit of more white into the brown. And then if you look at our moose down here, like you see that this part of his face is a little bit lighter. So we'll be like painting on those little hairs in those little strokes to kind of show that value change. If that makes sense to y'all non-artists, okay? I just think it's better to explain to you. So we are going to need brown and white mostly. I know I said to bring orange as well. We'll play with that a little bit at the end. Well, what do we have here? Well, hello, Madge. Well, you know, like just a moose. Okay, I'm using a fatty brush. Whatever you want. Again, it can be pointed. It can be square even if you want. Maybe you like square brushes. Maybe that's all you have. Who cares? I love square brushes personally. I use them more often than not. Oops, I left this paintbrush in the water too long. Okay. Dip your paintbrush in water so your brush is a little wet. Get your brown color. Mine's a little orangey already, but whatever brown you have or want. And I'm gonna start you guys, just so you don't really have to at this stage, but just so you guys understand where I'm coming from. Start painting, slobbing on again. Doesn't really have to have a much rhyme or reason, but I would keep in mind to be conscious of which directions you are doing your brush stroke. So see how I'm always going in like the direction of what his fur would actually look like. Does that make sense? So like his fur, from the top it comes down his neck like this. So I'm just gonna slob on that brown in this downward direction. If your background is still wet, I would not come too close to the outside because it'll mix in with your brown and green don't make a pretty color. I already kind of by accident mixed it in there. We'll figure that out later. But I'm still just slobbing. Straight brown, straight out of the tube. But when you make your brush strokes, kind of like they do the work for you when you are conscious of which direction you put them in. It'll kind of help us make our moose look a little more 3D without even having to know how to do that. Come down his little beardy. So again, if that doesn't make sense, like I'm not going like painting him fully like in any direction. I'm going either up and down, down or up. Covering up all those weird lines that we made. We don't need them anymore. Like get rid of that circle. Bye. We don't want you. Running out of paint here. I chose this brown. I feel like I've complained about it every time I've opened it up on the live. That's okay. And we're slobbing, and we're slobbing. All right. You're painting over any of those lines that you came inside of your moose. How's that? Yeah, the circles are just like, it's just a way to like teach people who don't know how to draw, don't know how to look at something and draw it, to break it down into shape, right? See, already this looks like a moose, doesn't it? Like you, exactly. These paint nights are 110% for people who don't know how to draw or anything, right? Like I said on my last stream or two, that like the amount of times I hear people say, I don't even know how to draw a stick man. And I'm like, wow, a stickman is basically a shape breakdown of a person. So that's just the start, right? Alrighty. The schlob has happened. And then also, I'll shout out my sister, which I actually probably... I didn't know if my sister would ever watch these. And I didn't know that she had any artistic skill at all. And when somebody was asking me, like, how long... I don't know, another stream later. Where people asked me, like, how I knew I liked to draw or whatever. And I just kind of, like, shout out my sister and said... When I was really young, I could draw the VHS covers of Disney movies, and my sister had to trace them, and she was older than me. So I was just, like, being such a douche. And then now she's, like, watching the paint nights and actually, like, doing them really well. Like, she's so good. I didn't know she had artistic abilities inside of her. So now I'm proud. So, Jen, if you see this one, I'm proud of you. Sorry I just threw you through the mud a couple of times. But that also ages me as well, talking about VHS covers of Disney movies. Am I right? Okay, so we slobbed on that moose. He's looking pretty cute. My ring light's kind of blowing it out a little for you guys. Let's see. She traced. How dare she? I know. Sorry, Jen. I'm a jerk. I don't know why this is reflecting is that bad. How old am I? I am 28 years old. Yes. I was like, wait, how old am I? Yeah, 28. Okay, and we are gonna come up into those moose ears. Same age as Adam. Adam! Twinning! You guys, just again, Adam is who painted the T-Rex. One of my first pieces of fan art I've ever received in my life is from Adam. Okay, I have added just a touch of white to the same brown that we were using. And you're just going to fill in. It's going to feel dark for the antlers, but we're going to add more white to it to lighten it up later. Putting the dark layer first saves us so much time, you guys. You don't even understand. So like I said, we added a touch of white, right, to the brown. Not too much. We're going to go in with a lot more lighter white later, but... Yeah, I had to think about it because I just don't have to think about it very often. I get ID'd all the time because I look like a child. A child. I hope somebody got that reference. And yeah, I think once Dan's birthday's coming up, a child. I'm glad you knew what I meant by that. Me and Dan are like 6 months apart, so. Almost exactly, really? That is my life. So you are a child. That's okay. Okay, here we go. We've got that moose antler painted in a little bit lighter than the rest of the moose. Oh, just went over a little bit. That's fine. How's that? I'll try to get it so the light doesn't reflect so crappy on there. Looks good, looks good. And see, like, you can see up here, there's like some white spots there that I didn't color in, and for me, that's my jam. I love that. But again, for you, maybe you don't like that. Totally fine if you smooth that up and clean it up and make your edges smooth. I ain't judging, okay? Now... Now, we're going to get a little bit smaller of a paintbrush, okay? Whatever, just a tiny bit pointier. If you don't have a smaller one, makes no difference, not a big deal. Remember getting docked marks in high school for leaving white spaces? Oh yeah, same. But you know what I have to say about that? I can't say it on my not... Actually, I think it does say plus 17. I haven't changed it. But again, I'm just trying to be PG-13, okay? Okay, I know I said we were going dark to light, but just because I don't know the quality of all of your guys' paints, we are just going to do a bit of darker down below. And we are just adding a tiny, tiny touch of black. And remember what I said, black is very powerful. So like the tiniest touch, like less than you would imagine. How did this happen? Literally, where did that orange paint come from? Oh. Just a touch of black into your brown, sorry. Looks like this. Brown with a touch of black. You're gonna want a little bit of water in your brush. And we're gonna paint his beard. And you're doing the brush strokes, just like we said before. Be conscious of the directions, and you're literally just brushing in little swipies. Swipe, swipe, swipes. So that you get that textured hair in there. Look, you can see the brown underneath. Do you see that there? It's not a solid swipe. Like every brush stroke I'm laying, I'm implying a hair, like a little hair. You can use a smaller brush if you want, if the brush you're using seems like it's too thick. This is such a wholesome Canadian paint night. Heck yeah, it is. I know there's more Canadians painting along today, so that's exciting. Canada rules! Like O'Doyle rules. That's what I think. Okay. We are painting his little beard. And we're just coming up a little bit of the ways. If your brown is still wet, that's kind of cool. Sometimes working wet on wet is cool. It'll blend in nicely. If you don't like what that looks like, then don't wait for it to dry. But see how I didn't put much black? Like, this isn't that much different than the color we used before. If you put too much black, it'll be very evident. Let's just bring some of that dark on the bottom. Doop, 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 doop. Again, if your paintbrush isn't pulling well, add some water. You're a Cali girl? Jelly. So's Justin. Just kidding, you're not a Cali girl. But I would have visited more. But yeah, if things are going on down there that we can't, so I'll be back once the world's normal again. Okay, and where else, if you squint at our moose, another dark spot is his snout, okay? So we're gonna use that same dark color, and I'm still just doing swipies. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Oh yeah, California girls were Is it unforgettable? Undeniable. Daisy Dukes, we've got it unlocked. You know what's funny? The only reason I know that is because recently for my workouts in the morning, I've been doing Just Dance. And that's a dance on it. Okay, we have his little snout. How's that? How's that? It's a little bit darker. But again, I'm doing just swipes. Little brush swipes. I'm a fail waffle. You're funny. I like your username. That's a good one. We can even maybe bring it up. The snout. Unforgettable. There we go. We've got Grunge Mania on the fact checker. That's like the day we had the jellyfish and Kenzie was coming. Kenzie was hitting us with the jellyfish facts. How's our moosey goosey? See how we're adding some texture on him? Not all over. The dark is just going to be in some spots, and we're actually going to use lighter brown for most of it to show the shinier spots on his face. The only reason I didn't do the dark, like the black dark brown across the whole bottom is because I don't trust everybody's paint to do that. Some people's quality of paint might be a little bit lower, and then I will set you up for failure before we even begin. Trust is hard to come by. Kill me. Okay. No, that's good. That made me laugh. Okay, let's get with the same dark brown. I know I might feel like I'm jumping around. Sorry, guys. Tell me if it's annoying. Just paint a circle right here. A little circle. It's gonna feel crazy, like he has a big crazy eyeball, but it's not. This isn't gonna be his full eye. We will shade into it to make it a normal moose eyeball. It's not a big googly eye, but you gotta start. Trust the googly eye first. Okay? How's that? Realistically, you do you. You want to bring the dark colors down, his butt more, go for it. If you don't, don't. If once this dries and you're not happy with it, don't worry, because we're going over with lighter and it'll bring it all together, I swear. Okay, how's that? Maybe bring up... I'm just looking at the reference photo and copying the dark spots. And in his ear, we've got this dark brown as well, a line straight through the middle. And the bottom of his antler lines. See that? Where's my rig go? There we go. Alrighty then, folks. We can get into our brown that we started with. And we can add a touch of white in there. We don't want it to be too white, but just a touch of white. And we have just a little bit lighter of a brown. You're drinking banana daiquiris and hanging with Tay. It's a good lazy evening. Damn, that sounds nice. A banana daiquiri. Ain't that the life? And Fail Waffles digging the music. Thank you. I struggle because I have to, since I put these on YouTube, they have to be royalty-free music, which can be a nuisance. So I struggle with making royalty-free playlists. We can use a smaller brush maybe if you want a smaller pointed brush, because now we're just going on with a touch of lighter brown and we're just going to kind of do the same thing. You're just going to start... Why is my brown ugly? With a touch of lighter brown, here's also a tip that your acrylic paint will dry darker than it looks on your palette down here, okay? But now let's start brushing on some lighter hairs. And again, we're being conscious of the directions of the brush strokes. And we're letting the underneath of the moose pop through. Like the underneath color that we've already put down. We don't want to completely erase all the work we've already done. We're using that base color. Do you see if I bring it close? Can you see how they're like little hairs? I don't know why that is such a different color on your screen than on my screen. I mean, my screen, my eyeballs, I guess. And you are just going to... You can even go into the dark a little bit. Tay is a robot, can confirm. Through my eye screens. Okay, see how it's like such a subtle, it's not a huge difference of the color. Of the base color, just a subtle difference, but just adding these little layers of a subtle value change will really bring our little moosey to life. I'm a robot, that's why I'm so good at painting. Hey, I'll take it. I wish I was a robot, I wouldn't be so tired all the time. Maybe you want his hump to be a little bit bigger. Now's your chance to go in there and make it a little bigger if you want. But again, don't... Oh, there's an emergency. I also live right behind, like, the urgent care downtown, so alarms are also... Sirens are also another, another sound y'all hear a lot on my streams. Everyone at Hall States is like, yeah, girl, us too. Okay. I'm still just brushing some little hairs on. Water is your friend. What you gonna do with all that hump? Oh, oops, I just went with a little bit of too white in there. That's okay, you could just go and pull it around. How's that, how's that, how's that? And even down here. He looks so fluffy! He is. Alright, fluff, 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 fluff. Feels tedious, but look how it already, not his face obviously, but it adds a little bit more like realism. Like if I showed you just this part, it's so blown out. It's not, it looks gray on your screen. I swear that it's brown with white in it. I don't know why the color looks so crazy to you guys, but do you see that though? You can see the orangey or red underneath, or orangey or brown underneath. And it's all just a playing game. You can go back in and add some more brown if you need. What's your most favorite thing to paint, have painted? So I get asked that question a lot. I actually, so I have ADD, no, that's okay. It's a good question. I have ADD, adult ADD, so my attention span is very short. As you can see, as I jump around my paintings and forget what I was talking about every few minutes. So for me, I just like to paint lots of different stuff. Like some days I'll like to paint animals a lot. Sometimes I like to paint portraits a lot. And then I get over it and then I have to paint something else for a bit. Like a landscape or a rainbow portrait or something. So I don't have just one thing. I like something for a good chunk of time and then I get over it quick. So I like to paint it all at some point. I do like painting musicians. I do love ADHD, I know. Yes. I think they have changed everything. It is just ADHD. I don't think it's not actually ADD anymore. But, so I jump around. Yeah, it's not ADD anymore. It's ADHD for us all. So this is why I'm the way that I am. If that makes sense now. Okay, I'm still fluffing out some of these little hairs. We're coming up the top of our moosey up here. So that's why I like, sometimes I might miss one of your comments. Don't feel worried to say it again or ask again. Because I literally, like, in the middle of the night wake up being like, I didn't respond to that one person's question. Okay, so just like a server where I'd be like, I forgot that guy's ranch. No, I forget that your guys, I like read a comment, but my brain didn't like acknowledge it until 6 hours later. So ask away. Alright, so I'm adding a little bit of light in his ears. And now we're coming back around to his little face. Still doing the same, brown with a little bit of white. If you want, you can play around with adding a little bit more white. Like, see, I added a little more white in there by accident. But, hey, that kind of looks cool. Late guy, late as always. Hey, no worries. We always love your attendance either way. Okay. We're on his face now, right? So now the hairs are a little different. They're more going, like, up his snout, like so. Still, though, the same tedious. We want to see a little bit of the brown we did underneath. A Canadian drawing her pet moose. It is quite Canadian of me. I'll take it. We got in a debate last stream about how multiple moose is just called moose. And Fats didn't like that. He thinks there should be mooses. Moose-eye. Look at all the meese. We don't know. Look at all them mooses. It's meesin'. Okay, so we're still coming down his snout, doing little sweepy lines. Right, and we're just coming up the top. This moose is coming together. Right? You can bring it up to his head a little bit. And when we go to his cheeks, tedious and the same. Let's keep going down and doing some more little swipies. Swipe, 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 swipe. Now we're just raving. The music just took a genre change. Yeah, when I get back to doing my studio hangs, it's fun because I don't post them on Instagram or on YouTube, so we get to listen to whatever music we want, and you guys just hang out with me while I paint. It's just like we're chilling. Alright. Justin's got some requests. You mean for when we do studio hang or right now? What made you want to change from 17 plus to PG-13? So, I just have a trucker mouth, I swear. My friends who watch these are very proud of me that I keep it clean. Just because I just don't want to offend anyone that's following, like, a lot of kids do the paint nights, and I just don't want their parents to be like, what the... Here's this girl just tossing F-bombs. Yeah, what I like to say is I have an unpredictable mouth, is what Justin has said to me is the whole time we've ever known each other, our whole lives. Just kidding, our whole friendship. And I've been getting good. I've been training myself in these lives to keep it PG. So I say heck. It's gonna look weird as heck. That's another part that I got in there. How's the moosies feeling? And again, if you don't like maybe your mixture isn't the color you want. Once this dries, you can go right over top of it. Corbin says, good thing my mom isn't doing paint night. My mom she has to accept who I am now, but, it is. I don't want to offend any of your mothers out there, okay? I'm thinking of the mothers. Okay, let's just keep this little fluffy hairs coming up until we get to the dark. You have to go, but this is super fun and I'll check your stuff out. Oh, you fail waffle. Great to meet ya. Thanks for hanging out and keeping the chats going. As we brush this little moosey up. It'll be on my Instagram what this moose looks like at the end, so don't worry, you won't miss the final. And for you guys too, for you new people, if you tag me in your story on Instagram, of course I'll share you. I'll share it to my story. People love to see everybody else's results. I also show them at the end here like we were doing it earlier. Because it's getting to what, almost 9:30? We're getting close. How's that? I know his eye still looks really crazy. Don't worry, we'll go into that. We'll go into that. So pretty? Yeah, other than that big googly eye, I think is looking great too. Have I heard of the comedian Brian Reg? I'm so bad at names, but why does that sound so familiar? Let me check. And also, I see some people on here who were freaking out about me using chopsticks to eat popcorn. You guys, I use chopsticks to eat all my snacks. I hate my fingers getting messy. Oh yeah, I recognize that guy, but yes, send me the clip. I know, every time I post it on my Instagram, people freak out that I'm eating it with chopsticks, but like, my hands are clean. What can you do? Just kidding, they're paint-filled, but they're not food-filled. Okay, let's get into that eyeball. My nose is so itchy. Yeah, it's all about the clean fingers. All about the clean fingers. Got the Rona. More like got the dust. Our apartment is very dusty. I don't know about y'all who live here if you can vouch to that, but it's a very dusty apartment. There's no way I can get the Rona because I don't leave my apartment ever. Ever. I'm always in here, okay? Okay, so we've got this eyeball, right? We've got this lighter brown still on our brush. Brown with a little bit of white in it. And let's just make a little line on the inside of that googly eye that we made. Again, it's gonna feel kind of weird and sharp at the moment, but a little U. It's kind of curved upwards a touch. That's because Canadians listen to what they're told to do. Not quite. I'm not staying home because the government told me to. This is my life. I am always working from home all the time. I just don't have to leave. I Amazon stuff to my door. My chef's plate, my meals. I'm a hermit. Okay. Okay, so we got that little line in that eyeball, right? We still have the light brown. We're just gonna it's gonna feel weird. We're gonna come down a little bit from the top line and we're just gonna make a white spot. Maybe two. I know it feels weird. We're gonna go in with black and save the day, don't worry, but that's what she's gonna look like for now. We're cooperative peeps. Heck yeah, Lisa. Also, hello. Good to see ya. Okay. Now, we're going back into our brown, but now we want to add a lot more white. I know it seems tedious and we're doing the same thing over and over again, but if you look at his antlers in this picture, they're very light, right? Just rhymes. They're very light, so we want to add a lot more white to the brown than what we were doing down here. Okay, it's not the chocolate milky consistency, it's still thick paint. But you are gonna go on our antlers here, and you're gonna, I'm still using this same like littleish brush. And you're gonna do a good swipe, a couple little swipes down. And by doing that, do you see how I just did 3 swipes? And it kind of like made the texture in that horn already. Do you see that? Like, can even do a little one down here maybe. Do you see what I mean by that? If I bring it closer a little bit. We're using this light brown, so light, almost white. Came back, how's it coming along? She coming, hey? I think it looks good. And then we're gonna come up just the top spot. Let's make a couple here. Okay, so Adam just asked me, how do I make such a skinny line? Is it time for the pressure test? I know there's a lot of newbies today, so how would I do this for you? Let's see. So, it's time. I don't know why, but people that fell in love with our paint nights during quarantine just love this, like, this little lesson I teach you guys. Okay, it's the pressure point test. It is very handy for you moving forward using a paintbrush at any time. Thanks, Stace, egging me on. I just love that. Okay, we have our paint. It's a little wet, so it's easier for us to pull across. As you see on this canvas, I've done this many times. But here, let me see if I can find the good spot. Okay, so if I press very lightly on my paintbrush, see how just the tip of the paintbrush is on the canvas, and I pull that across, it's a nice thin line, right? But then if I go on, and if you see from the side, like my whole the whole paintbrush is flat on the canvas, and I pull that across, look how thick of that line is. And you can see it, I did it better in other examples, but like, see, so these are a thick boy. So all these lines are made by the same paintbrush, thin and thick. It's just all about the pressure. It's just like lightly, just the tip, or thick the whole thing down. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Maybe I'll just like make that a YouTube video of like tips and tricks like that, and I'll post that on my YouTube, and I'll just be like, resort to video X for the tips and tricks. Okay, so if we're applying that back to what we're doing on these crazy antlers, we've got that light brown, almost white, right? And you're gonna just pull, and it can be rough because like his antlers are rough. They're not like perfect and symmetrical. They're not super clean. You can even like with a finger like pull it across if you kind of want to make like a cool textured pattern. I don't know. You've obviously seen that I am a messy painter, and getting your hands messy is contradictory of me just talking about how I don't like to get my hands food messy, but gotta get your hands paint messy. And see, I'm just swiping on some light. Do you see that? And I'm even gonna stop there. I'm not gonna bring the light into this spot. It's only gonna be the left side where the light is coming from. See that subtle difference? Same on this side. We're gonna do that too. You can kind of just pull to just imply the texture underneath, or imply texture without having to like literally paint it on and change all the values. Like you can just add some more water to your paintbrush, pull that paint across, and show little peaks of the paint underneath. Okay? He is handsome. He is handsome. I agree. Right, and let's bring it up there a little bit. But you still want to have some of the darkness of the bottom color popping through, because we don't want to cover up all that work we did. We did that so that we kind of are showing 3D without me having to like teach you how to paint 3D stuff. Just little tips and tricks. Back again. And same with this horn. You're just gonna go the top left part of that horn. See that? Shapes and shading with Tay. Heck yeah. And now we have this light brown, and again, I always want you guys to like maybe watch me do it first and then feel if you want to do it or not, because I hate when some people like do something and then they're like, I liked it before I did that. So don't worry. But with this same light color that we were using at the top here, we can bring some little swipies where the highlight should go. So we can go on his little hump. What you gonna do with all that hump? Now that's in my head, Stacy. We can bring a little bit. Couple of beans in circles, and now it's a moose. Step 1, how to draw an owl. Step 1, draw an oval. Step 2, just draw the owl. Duh. That's like how I started my paint nights, you guys. I always suggest people to watch my newer paint nights because now I'm better at teaching. I like know how to do it. When before I'd be like, what do you mean you don't know how to do this? Just draw the owl. Come on. So there's a little bit of a light spot on his fur there. We've got a little bit of a light spot in his eye. And he's got a couple light spots on his head here too. But again, you don't gotta. If you feel like it's too sharp and stark and you don't like what it looks like, don't worry about it. Remember how I told you at the start, I teach the basics and then you can pull it as much as you want. You're a teacher, Tay said it before. I know, guys, it happens. My mom told me in high school that I should be an art teacher, and I said, ew, no. I have no patience. I don't know how to teach it. I just know how to do it. Like a little jerky high school kid. And then here I am now, just 10, 12 years later, just teaching on the internet. Okay, so we've got those ones coming, and now we've got his little snout. Same thing, you don't have to do it with this such stark of a difference if you don't want. But there's just a couple lines on his nose and highlights right here as well. And here we go. You just needed the right platform to teach with. Well, and caffeine was born. Just for me. Just kidding. But yes, caffeine has made it so easy and so great for me to do this. I love it. Okay, so this looks really weird for you guys. It doesn't look the same on my screen as it does on yours, and you guys are probably think that shape's weird, so I'm gonna fix that. But again, I still have this light color, and I'm circling back because I forgot to get you guys to do this before, like a jerk. But, hello Paige, good to see you back too. But our moose does he has an eye on this side, so I'm gonna just show you. It's just a half circle. I led you guys astray. Stace loves the moose. You're gonna paint him later. Can't wait to see. I'm just going back in with that dark brown and just adding a little bump at the back. This is literally his other eye is just a half bump on the other side where I forgot. If his circle eye was here, the half bump is on this side. I just don't know why it's so, like, washed out on the screen for you guys. I don't get it. Anyway. So again, like I said, if I do something and you don't like what the results were after I did it, like this, go back in with that same dark brown and literally just paint over our... That's a little bit better, hey? Yeah, it is. It's just weird. I haven't changed it from other... Let's just try this. I just made it worse. Don't lose the lamp, I know. I don't know why it's so reflecty. Well, that just made it so much worse. Now I make a shadow. Well, we're just going for it. Okay. We just gotta do some extra details on here to make him look fully. Sorry for the other lamp. I know you guys, it's... Like I said on my stories, I don't know if not all of you follow me on Instagram, but I had this old, like, 10-year-old lamp. Over 10 years old, because I had it in high school, and I just picked it up to move it, and the cement underneath it just crumbled, like fully crumbled into nothing. And then, of course, now the lamp, you try to put it in, just falls because it has no weight underneath it. And I just posted it on my story because I thought it was hilarious. And, like, over 20 people messaged me that their lamp like that from IKEA of over 10 years also crumbled this last week. That's like some voodoo stuff, you guys. All the lamps were just like, over 2020. They're just like, I'm out. For the new lamp fund. Thanks, Justin. You're so funny. Okay, we are finishing up some details on this moose to bring him all together. You're right, Madge is right. It's its expiration date. That's really funny. It's all their expiration dates. They're just like dead. Oh my gosh, you guys all giving me props for the new lamp fund. You guys stop. Tristan! Oh my god. You guys, thank you. I'll let you guys know when I get one. Okay, we've got black, just straight black on. We need like stuff. Okay, we have just straight black on our the brushes, you silly kids. And again, keep in mind our pressure points, what we were talking before about pressure on your brush. If you want to make little lines, don't press too hard. Tay loves lamp. So we're going to start by coming down into his nose. And let's pull just like a line. It's literally just an angled line. Do you see that? For some of you, again, I always say this is probably a sin, and other artists would be like offended if they knew I told you to do this. But if you want to do little thin lines of black with a Sharpie, go for it. Use a Sharpie, who cares? I won't tell anyone. At the end of his nostril, it gets a little bit thicker at the bottom, and it has a little lip at the top. Fink. See that? You may not be able to paint like me, but you're gonna paint models you print. Ooh, I have a 3D printer. That's cool. I'm telling the art community you said that. It's plastered on the internet. No secrets here. Yo, is that a deer? You know, just a little deer. Just a thick deer. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So we've got that little nostril. And then we need to make a mouth for him. Okay? And if some of you, if you followed this same shape of where the light and the dark is here, you literally just have to follow that line. It kind of comes up a little bit and down. A flock of moose has returned. Oh, you're a funny random guy. Okay. We came out. Cool. Now let's go back up to this eyeball. And we're gonna just draw a circle inside of, above the line that we drew so you can thin it out a little bit. And right above those little light reflections that we drew. And you're gonna put a dark, you're just gonna darken it up with black. Because remember, we made that circle with brown. So now that we've added black in there, literally, I just drew a black circle and then put a black pupil on the inside. That's literally all I did. Because we laid down the brown, we laid down that line. And look at that perfect eyeball. Are you kidding? Oh, Lisa, come in with the lamp fun too. You guys are so silly. I love that. This just looks crazy on the screen to you guys, so I'm gonna clean that up in a second. I don't know why that looks so nuts to you, but not here. Okay, and above that black line, to give him his funny little eyebrow, you literally just follow. You follow the top of the circle and you do a little flick out the top. Do you see that little flick? Oh, so cute. We still lamp funding Dresden with the crowns. Oh my gosh, you guys. You're the best. Okay. And now when it comes to the next step, it is a very, you kill me, a very optional step. Some people like outline, some people do not, okay? Some people are like, I liked it before I outlined it. Some people are like, ew, I don't like it. And then we outline it and they're like, now I like it, okay? So this is back to, you can use a Sharpie if you want. You don't have to use a paintbrush, but if you do use a paintbrush, remember about the pressure. Don't push too hard if you want it to be really light. I'm just darkening this up so that it looks like what your guys' should look like. I don't know why it looks so weird on the screen. Hey, you painters, let me know. How's it going? Are we content with some things, or did some things I teach weird and not come out well? Let's just add a little bit of dark so that you guys can see it better. Thumbs up from Nikki. Cool. Nikki was so excited for the moose, so I'm excited that you're giving me a thumbs up. Okay, so outline game. What's his name? Why do I feel like his name's Bruce? When I look at him, I just want to be like, here's Brucey. Oh, we've got a Henry. Ooh, Henry's good too. Bruce the Moose. Oh, that's probably why, because Bruce the Moose just rhymes. He looks like a Bruce. Ooh, we've got a Marshall. Ooh, I like Marshall too. Maybe I'm just like flicking paint around now because the screen looks different to me, so whatever. Okay, so when it comes to the good old outline, take a skinny brush. Oh, Maximus too. Look at you guys. I love how they're all just like boy names. Are you fussing? Yeah, I am. Story of my life. That's nothing new. Okay, we are doing a little black outline. Again, you don't gotta. But if you want, now's the time with your black paint to kind of clean up some stuff if you want. Like, so I'm going to show you, for example, I'll try to do it at this weird angle so that you guys can see it close. Wait. We'll do here. So, like, maybe I wanted his snout to, like, go down and up a little bit. But if you see here, there is brown paint right there. With my black outline, I can just cut it out. Whoop. Do you see that? See how the brown is on... Oops, wait, where am I going? Right here. See how now the brown's on this side, but from far away visually, I have made that line a little bit more of an angle, and I can go in with green and white and just cover up that brown after. Cut it out, literally. I have to come to Castle and see your moose. I have always wanted to come to Castle, first of all. That's one of the very few mountains I haven't snowboarded before. So, y'all might see me this next winter break. Okay, I'm just coming along. Again, remember, outline optional. You don't gotta do it if you don't want to. If you are done your moose right now, feel free to send me in an Instagram DM and we will share it with the class. If you're not done yet, that's okay too. I'm just, you're welcome anytime. I would love to come. And that little squirrel you sent me a picture of that one time too, Lisa. You're here now? Oh, that's nice. That's nice that you guys are there. That's a nice escape from the city. Bring Dan. I know he loves the mountains too. We would have to. Okay, you guys, I'm just doing this good old outline, and I'm still following kind of the same rules. Like, I'm still brushing these hairs on, but with pure black instead. So I still want it to look, like, hairy on the outside, right? Right? How is that? You can give a good old outline of these antlers. Same on this side. Whoop. I'm just an artist that, like, hides behind an outline. I just love a good outline. I think it just brings the whole piece together. But the whole time I was in art school, my one teacher tried to push me away from doing outline, but which I'm not, which is a good thing. You're supposed to learn and try different things in art school. But I can tell how much I love it because I still use it. And again, I never know how serious people are when it comes to painting, if what you want to learn or not. But if you are someone who actually wants to paint a lot, where are my paint markers? I always suggest to pick up Molotow paint markers. They are a dream. Like what I'm doing with the paintbrush, you literally do it with this, like it's a paint marker. It'll paint in smooth lines. And then you don't worry about consistency and pressure and whatever. So when I paint like my own paintings, I use those paint markers. They are the best. Nikki's confirming in the comments there. Did you get some? They are called Molotow. Let me see here. Can you see that? Molotow. This is the medium size. There's a small size. There's a big size. You can change the nibs. You can refill them. They are the best. I used to use Sharpie paint markers until I found these, and wow, they blow them out of the water. Okay, we've got, I'm just going quickly with this here. Like I always tell people, I learned how to do it with a brush first, right? And then I decided I don't like it, and I used the paintbrush. I mean, the paint markers. And that's like what art school is, right? Like they teach you all the rules, the art rules. But then now that after you know them, they're like they want you to break them, you know? The website's not English. Yeah, yeah, they're European of some sort. But Amazon, you can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Mona Lisa Art Supply here in Calgary. You should be able to get them at Michael's, I'm pretty sure has them as well. And see where I'm making these lines, guys? I'm just kind of overlapping that back ear. Didn't know Mona has them runs out of the house. Yeah, 100% Mona does. Alright, and let's get a good old outline on the back. You'll tell him Tay sent me? Literally do. I spend so much money there and I bring a lot of people there, so it would be cool if I can somehow get some sort of little system with them. One day, that's just me talking out into the world. Maybe not #1, but I'm sure I'm up there. They're very sweet, though. They're a great company. They will go above and beyond for you, and I love it. Okay. You can even with your black if you want. What? Make some little swipies in his horns. He's been through some things. I don't know. Oops, that was a big line. Let's just wipe that away. Yeah? How are we feeling? I'm just painting on some things. We're basically done-ish. Okay, we're basically done-ish. Again, you can add some more straight black in there if you want more contrast. I don't know. That's up to you. We're literally just gonna put some white highlights in some spots because y'all know I'm a sucker for white highlight. And then it's like complete unless you have questions, I'm pretty sure. Adam got the same paint from the Tay paint set for his dad for Father's Day from Mona. Did you ask them? Did you say Tay's paint stuff? And Kenzie, last time I was here, it was a circle. It was a square and a circle, and now she's a moose. Hey, ain't that the beauty of it? What am I doing with my brush? What did I say I was doing here? White highlight. I just killed a moose in a game I'm playing. Are you playing Red? What are you playing? It was traumatic. Yeah, I can imagine that wasn't good for you. Tomb Raider. There we go. Okay, you guys, and back to me with the white highlight. And back to me. I didn't mean to say it like that. Back to the white highlight. You're just going to go back into that spot and literally just add a touch of white. It's going to look like hardly anything different, but a touch of white highlight goes the great way. Ignore the peasant. No, not ignore. Isn't he cute now, though? I'm excited to see what everybody else's looks like. Let's get some white in there. Or a highlight or two. I know, I've had the one comment I get the most out of paint nights is that I suck at teaching backgrounds. And it's because I don't care about backgrounds. It's because I just, like, paint my backgrounds last because I never know what they're gonna look like or what they're gonna need to look like until the painting's done. I'm like, I don't know what it's gonna want. And then it usually takes a long time because my paint backgrounds are really like watery and dry and layers, and so I just am like, you guys do whatever you want. You love the slobby just dab technique. Perfect. Yeah, there's no drips in this one. I guess, hey, I can show you guys how I drip stuff too. Fun to paint side out the edges and all that. Meow, meow, meow. Speaking my language. I think so too. I think, like, again, nothing, we kind of talked about this last, another stream, is nothing against photorealism artists at all. I can paint photorealism too, just it takes a very, very long time. And for me, it's not fun. Because I'm like, oh, then you frame it, and people are like, oh, that's a nice picture. And you're like, no, I painted it. But, like, they don't even know, right? So I think it's cool you, like, take a photo and then make something of it. Like, something cool out of the photo that you've seen, you know? But that's just the annoying artist in me, probably. So what can you do? So Justin talking about drips, because that's how I paint. And y'all come here to a Taytayski paint night. You gotta see all the ways. When you're doing your background, we would have done it when we were doing it. But it's back to that, like, chocolate milky consistency, maybe a little bit thicker than chocolate milk. And you literally just draw, like, splodge it on there. Splodge? That's not a word. With your paintbrush, like, my paintbrush is, like, loaded. Like, I don't know if you can see, like, come on, let's see. You see that like a bubble is forming? Oops, I'm not even on the screen. A bubble is forming at the bottom of that paintbrush. Do you see it? That is the drip that you, like, I want that. I want to take advantage of that. I'm going to come on here and I'm just going to dab it onto my paintbrush. And then the drip continues down. You know? See that? Sometimes to be super cool, I flip paintings upside down and I drip upwards. That's cool. Like here, can I show you guys? Like, these are the big paintings that I'm working on right now. Let's see if you can see. Do you guys see this big one in the background here? Can you see how... See how, like, some drips are, like, dripping down, but then there are some drips, like, over here that are dripping up. Sweet Shawn Mendes, yeah. Those are huge. I'm drawing working on, like, 15 of these huge paintings right now. They won't even fit in the screen. Cat Daddy, yeah, if anyone was on my story, you'll see it's Sean Desmond. I'm Sean Desmond. This isn't Sean Desmond, it's Shawn Mendes. And you can see there's glitter in here. Where are we at? Over here. I like to toss some glitter in there. That's fun, hey? Yeah, I know. I don't know why I said Shawn Mendes. Shawn Desmond. There we go. Okay. But yeah, for anyone who lives in Hull Estates, it's kind of cool that, like, this is the master suite and it's literally my huge studio. Which is kind of cool. Okay. We've got that moose. Oh, I know why. It's because the lights are messed up because I don't have another light set up. But how's that, you guys? How are things looking? If we go on to Instagram, has anybody sent in their mooses? Or is anything looking weird or off that they want help with? Let's see here. I've got some, don't know why my computer is just having such a hard time. Okay. Let me send you. Let's see. Check that one out. We have 2 today. Oh yeah, they did Wally earlier today. And look at that nice watered down background. Beautiful. Oh, there's Corbin's moose. Good job, Corbin. Oh, Corbin's and... Right, are we... And Deanne... Oh, Corbin and his mom. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Okay, who else? Are we have any other ones sent in? Let me check my... Because I know a lot of you are new, so there's probably some of you in my requests as well. Oh, yes, Amir and your daughter. I'm gonna show... You guys, Kenzie sent one, so we'll see what Kenzie's looks like. Oh my gosh! You guys, look at that. That's his daughter. This isn't Kenzie's. Okay, so she nailed it. Okay. We've got... Look at that cutie too! Here's Kenzie's moose. That's Kenzie's moose. You kill me. You kill me every time. Okay. Love. Okay, wait, let's see if this will come up not on my phone. Okay, it was disappearing, but it's okay. I just showed you that on my phone. Look at those drips. Oh, I love when Jersey and Jenny do it together. Or, hey, Charles. It could have been Charles because Charles is a painter now, right? Let me see. What else do we got here? We've got another... My computer is frozen. They're still coming. Of course, Kenzie's, of course. I know, last time we did a tiger and Kenzie literally sent in Tiger Woods. Okay. Oh, look at that one! That one's so cute! Nice backgrounds too. See, I love green. Green is the best. Oh, and we've got, oh wow, you know what you're doing. Love. Love the fur on that one. Yeah, nailed it. Oh yeah, you sent me your sketch. Right. Where are you? I asked you to send, I don't know why it's being so weird. Okay, hold up. Where are you? Fruit. There you are. Here's the sketch God's girl was working on at the start, you guys. That hurt her hand. Beautiful. Look at you go. That shading must have took you forever. We've got some more Holostaters. Glittered the horns. She knows what's up. She knows what's up. We could have, oh, I'll show you guys. I didn't show the glitter either. So for some of you new people, when we're talking about glitter, because that's something else weird, right? I was just showing you my other painting that I do. I usually glitter bomb things, and it's as easy as literally, let's just go into the background. I'm gonna put some like dark green spots. They're all so good. Everyone's so talented. I know you guys. You're making me a proud teacher, as always. Like, I'm just putting, like, I'm imagining that we would have done this glitter stage when we did the background. But whatever, here, look, I did. She made her antlers glittery, which is, that's a beautiful. That is a beautiful mousse. I just got, like, this is literally glitter from the dollar store. It is $1.25, and I've had this for literally years. And I pour it onto paintings, and it's more than half left. I don't understand how there's so much in here. But I literally just pour it, whatever, just sprinkle it on the wet parts. Usually I would let it dry flat, like flat down. But since for the sake of the class. And can you kind of see the paint's gonna dry and it's gonna hold in that glitter. And that's fun. A little flick and a little splatter. That's what you get on my stream, am I right? Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. Bailey, nice. Now there's an animal you don't want to see on the road. Yeah, that's... I would also be concerned to see a moose driving. That was quick, that was quick. Okay, you guys. Who else, like, anyone else have any updates? Anybody have any questions? Anybody thinking anything looks weird? This is Claire. Thanks for teaching. No problem. I hope you enjoyed. Yours was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You did such a good job. I got paint all over my floor, but it's washable, so it's okay. Good. Good, you guys. I'm happy. Remember, follow me on Instagram and you'll see I'll post on my stories all the moose eyes. You got paint all over your floor? Yeah, no. If you guys take a quick look, see up here on my like inspiration wall. Let me take, why won't you spin a little more? I don't know if you can see full splatter. Sorry, like my landlord is like here watching this right now. That's T-Rex. Yeah, that's, you guys. That's, this is my first piece of fan art. Oh, before I say cool panda, just so you know, you can learn how to paint that panda on my YouTube as well. I have the YouTube video up of painting the king panda, so hit up my YouTube, Taytayski, same old. This is the T-Rex, you guys, that Adam painted me. One of my first pieces of fan art ever. Check the eyelashes, check that pink bun, check my little T-Rex arms holding a paintbrush. It's made its way into a lot of my streams, I tell ya. And then my other one is Rosie's. This is actually my very first piece of fan art ever. Oh, I splattered on it. Oh no. Okay, so this splatter is mine, but you guys, she drew me in my little paint corner with my pink bun and my glasses, and like, how cute is that? With her big name on the back, and on the back it says, Tute, love you. I like your art. Thanks for inspiring me. I hope you have a good day. I love you. So actually, so Rosie comes to these a lot, you guys, these paint nights, because she's like disgustingly talented for, I'll have to hang that up there. She's like disgustingly talented for just like here, we has, oh my gosh, I'm sorry that what's your name again? What's your name? Kalia? Kalia? Is that how I say it? Did I say your name right? Also another talented, all the kids that come in here are just so talented. And Rosie's been sending me stuff for a while here, and I've been giving her some little things here and there. But she is, what was I gonna say? Last stream it came up like to do a collab, and somebody suggested that Rosie paint something and send it to me, and then I paint on it as well. And Rosie like had a full mental breakdown of excitement, which is so fun. And so she's in the works of that right now. She's painting something for me to finish, you guys. Rosie is 5 years old, just as well. I thought you guys should know. But stay tuned for that on my Instagram, of course. I want to prank you by sending you traced stuff. Hey, you do whatever. I will take fan mail is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. It makes me feel amazing, you guys. I think that is so cool. So if you guys ever want to keep up to date with that stuff, I always post it on my Instagram. You'll never miss that if you follow me there. I'm always on my stories sharing you my day-to-day life as an artiste, a night owl artiste. Justin made me some fan art. Hey, basically my overlay, yeah, basically. Oh no, he actually did. Wait, I gotta get that, what Justin's talking about. Let me see. Did you text me that? Or did you Instagram DM me that? So for you guys who don't fully know, Justin... Oh, another part to the lamp fund. Dresden. Oh! Dresden. I didn't show Dresden's work. Oh my god, am I gonna find you in here? Where are you? Was it the Mona Lisa? Okay, so for you guys, Justin and I went to college together. We've known each other forever. And we always joke that he's like my manager. Dresden, I can't find your message right now. I'll find it in there. We always joke that he's like my momager because I'm like asleep during the day when people need to get a hold of me, and he's good at getting a hold of. And he did this photo. Where is my screenshots? He made this photo of us. Oh, was it a long time ago? Man, I take a lot of pictures, you guys. Here it is. Do you guys see? Oh, come on. If that ain't the realest. Now we're talking. That's just me and my momager. Come on, camera. You can do it. There we go. Nailed it. 100% nailed it. Oh, that's funny. You seem well cared for. I'm good. I got them. I've got momagers, boyfriend managers, my mother, my momager's mother is also another support. You guys are the best. Okay, so it doesn't seem like anyone else has questions. It looks like I actually just got another moose in. Ooh, check this out. Check out that moose. Look at those drops. The yellow drops. What a nice addition. And the hair, so nice. So nice. Nailed it, as usual. I always try to say that they're anonymous, and then I say your guys' names by accident. Do I know where to put the paintbrushes from the office? Oh, these Hull Estates. Oh, I'm assuming just hold on to them for the day. I'm assuming, like, tomorrow during office hours, bring them down. I don't think you all need to do anything about that today. I'm sure that the security guys will be like, what, if you go down there? So hold on to them for a little bit. Hey, maybe tomorrow afternoon you can paint something else. That would be cool. But I hope you guys had fun. Can we keep them? Beg for forgiveness. That's all I gotta say. I always joke that I basically live here at the apartment. I mean, work here. I was like, I basically work here because I did the paint nights and the and the window paintings, but I actually don't. I don't have the answer for you. But thank you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed this one. I think he's so cute. I love this too. What do we got? My schedule's changing up a bit next week. I can't confirm on... Oh my gosh, Nikki. I just have to make a memo about your stickers because you told me the right way. I mean, you did it the right way in my DMs. I just lost you in there. I'd get you to e-transfer me that. Yeah, my Instagram, my YouTube, my caffeine, my Etsy, Taytayski across the board. You'll find me anywhere, except for Twitter because somebody else is Taytayski on Twitter. But other than that, you'll find me wherever on Taytayski. My new website's about to launch. I'm working on it too, Justin. I've emailed her so many times. It's like a dead account. Like, she doesn't use it anymore, so I'm just, like, trying to get it from her. But, yeah, Nikki, you'll just have to e-transfer me the total when I get there, and I'll mail it to you in a second. But, like I said, I'm starting my new website. It'll have a storefront on there for my stickers, which will make it a little bit easier, but that's coming up soon. Tuesday's a little bit, we don't know, but Thursday, you guys know. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. MDT, you'll find me here. We'll be painting stuff. I always post on Sunday on my Instagram what we will be painting for the week, as well as I try to update my caffeine bio or whatever that's down there that you guys can see and I can't right now. But other than that, I think that's it. I hope you Holistaters enjoyed your first digital paint night. Soon enough. This is so much better than in-person night. I can be a mess. Look at that. So you enjoyed the at-home one. And you can drink what you want, you can dress how you want, and you can do whatever you want. I think that's the best. See you later. I'm so glad you joined. Sorry it was a little delayed for you, but you caught up just quick, girl. I ain't worried about you. You know what you're doing. What else is in here before I make sure I didn't miss anything? I was magnificent. Meow, meow, meow. Why, thank you. Like I said, I don't know if we'll post it in the building every Thursday, but know that for me, I am doing them every Thursday. So, y'all are welcome. Y'all are welcome. Point out your Instagram tag again. It's in this general area. Oh no, it's this way. Thank you so much for doing this paint live. Oh, you painted it live. You haven't been to a live one. Like painting along. I love that. And yours turned out great. What's Justin? Justin's telling me to wait. My momager told me to wait. He's right. I forgot my thumbnail. Oh my gosh. And it's a moose, so we're going to have a good one. Yeah, antlers. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Should I do it like this? And this is why he's the momager. Literally 100%. Yeah. Are these good enough antlers? Gotta match his face, so I gotta look this way. Nailed it. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Justin. I would have been really upset if I missed that opportunity. I literally would have went live for a minute for me to just be like, meh. Okay. I'm doing jazz hand wiggles with my antlers. Do this. Ooh. Okay, good, guys. I love that there were so many new folks today. We had so many moose eyes. So many moose sent in. I actually time-lapsed it today. Am I right? Am I right? So that will be up with the pictures with some of your photos. Catch you guys on Instagram. You know the drill. And hopefully catch you at my next live because the more people, the better. Am I right? Okay, you guys. Print screen is such an amazing tool. Hey, don't worry. I'm going to post what you probably screenshotted to the public anyway, so can't bother me. Sorry. There's a lot of very awkward photos of me on the internet that I put there. So, okay. Okay, you guys, I'll catch you on Thursday for sure, but maybe a day before that. Catch my Instagram to confirm. Okay? See you later.